microbeerreviews.com. We've got a winter ale here for you tonight that is from the Lost Coast Brewing Company out of Eureka, California, that we did last year. We were in a bad location, there was bad lighting, and we're going to do another one, another review in 2012. This is their Winter Braun Ale, and this label is something that I think every brewery should take note of. It is distinctive, it's creative, it's got some artistic value to it, and when you see this in the store, you can't help but look at it and go, what on earth is that? At least it sparks your attention. So this beer is a limited release from Lost Coast Brewery. I live on the East Coast. This thing just came in yesterday. It is November 10th, 9th of 2012. It's 8% alcohol. And what's cool about this beer is that every label, what's cool about this brewery is that every label has very creative artistic style to it. They always have this kind of copperish color Lost Coast top to it. The beer that I really like from these guys is their Great White beer. It's got a great white shark jumping out. I mean, they just do some really cool things to get you to grab your attention to buy this beer. I paid $11 for the 12-pack, or excuse me, for the 6-pack. And like I said, I've had this before, but this is one of those beers that it strikes you very differently when you've had it before. This was brewed on September 20th of 2012. So it's almost 2 months old by the time we got it, but you know, East Coast versus West Coast, that's no dig at all. These guys do some really cool things. So they call this a full-body brown ale with rich chocolate taste, created from a roasted chocolate and caramel malts. It pours just like that. It's got a really kind of ruby red color, but it's definitely got a very dark brown tint to it. When you first smell this beer, you definitely smell chocolate. And actually, it's fairly hoppy for a winter ale, which I personally like hops. I like that kind of flavor in a winter ale. It's got Czech Zaz, I believe is how you pronounce it, hops, which give it its spicy flavor and aroma. It's 8% alcohol, which is typical for a winter beer. Not a lot of head. Quite a bit of carbonation still coming up, which I like. Fairly well filtered. And it is exactly the way I remember. Definitely hits you with some chocolate notes, a little bit of hops, quite a bit of malts. It definitely fills your mouth. It's a nice medium body to it. Not very carbonated. It's definitely the way a winter ale should be. I mean, I could sit here and stare at this label all night long. I mean, it's just got a cool label to it. 8% alcohol is a little bit high for a winter ale, but personally I like that because winter ales to me are something you're going to have a cold night, you're going to have one of them, and you're just going to knock out and go into hibernation for the rest of the night, and it's perfect. I like this beer a ton, and the reason why is because it's not too dark, it's not too thick, it's got a nice chocolate flavor to it, it's got a little bit of spiciness to it, but not a lot, a little bit of hoppiness to it, but not a lot. Some people struggle with this beer. I've read some reviews on Beer Advocate, for example, that say, you know, it's just not what I expected, and it doesn't have the characteristics to it. It's not a real thick beer, which, like I said, the medium body flavor, it's not too carbonated, but it's just got a nice smooth texture to it. But the chocolate side of it definitely comes out. So if you don't like beer with kind of chocolate notes on the underlying, don't buy this beer. But I like this beer a lot. I think it's unique for winter brews because it doesn't have a lot of cinnamon or nutmeg. I don't think it has any of that in there. It's more on the chocolate malt side with a little bit of hops, which is awesome in my opinion. On our scale between 1 and 5, I would give this at least a 4. I definitely will buy this again. At 8% alcohol, you can store this beer for a couple months. I'll definitely do that. At $11 a 6-pack, I think it's a phenomenal steal. And I also think that It's one of those beers that you bring this beer to a Thanksgiving or Christmas party or a holiday party for work, you are going to be the hit of the night to introduce others to unique craft beers. So check this beer out. I think it's worth your money. I like it a lot. It's a great sipping beer. It's great for cold weather. It's got a lot of unique flavors to it, and it drinks very, very well. So Lost Coast Brewing Company, the Winter Braun Winter Ale. Check it out. Please leave comments on our YouTube channel or our website if you've tried it. We'd love to hear what you think about it, and if you've tried it before, we're on YouTube, obviously, and we are on Twitter, Facebook, and we would love it if you would follow us, and we appreciate you watching very much. We'll see you again real soon. Cheers.